That's actually a good thing. If anybody wants to hold a shaker to join in on the song, I'm okay. That'd be great. One, two, three,
All right. So did everybody have turkey?
We had Thanksgiving.
Well, you know, but not turkey. Okay. All right, did everybody overeat just a little bit? Aren't we glad that the calories that we're burning are so amazing during this month? It's amazing. Okay, opening song. Oh, stand up.
it's no longer welcome here. The shackles that once bound me now are gone.
We're singing a different song.
That's all right.
That's okay.
I like the way you're singing.
Okay, should we start over or?
Yeah,
Okay.
okay. Because yeah.
Wait a minute. We're not there yet.
Yeah. Oh. That's not the one I had for.
That's the one you gave me.
My mistake.
All right.
Oh.
I thought this was a prosperity
Mm.
song.
Yeah, we're kind of shaking things up, aren't we?
Can we open with a reading and give me a moment, or
Sure.
can we do that and then do the
Okay,
song?
I'll open with my welcome, and you can have a seat if you want to. And then when he gets to where he needs to be, and when the words match the music, we'll take off again. All right, so anybody not know where you are? Anybody not know who I am? Oh, that's true. Sorry about that. This is the Louisville Center for Spiritual Living, and we are gathered here this morning to share and to support and to love each other. And so I welcome you to this time, and I welcome you to share your Thanksgiving thought that you had, something, a blessing, something from your Thanksgiving with us today.
I'm thankful I had somebody to celebrate Thanksgiving with.
Ah, yes, yes. Who else?
I'm thankful for second chances.
All right. Be thinking about your stories. You'll have another chance. All right. Now, if you are able and would like to stand up, please stand up for our opening song.
Abundance is mine, joy overflowing, fill me up all of my days. I share what was mine, with easy and knowing, that each time I give, I will also receive. It's more than enough, even though it may seem contrary to popular notion. God is our source, eternally giving, higher than the sky, deeper than the ocean. Abundance is mine, joy overflowing, will fill me up all of my days. I share what is mine, with easy and knowing, that each time I give, I will also receive. There's more than enough, even though it may seem contrary to popular notion. God is my source, eternally giving, higher than the sky, deeper than the ocean. Abundance is mine, joy overflowing, fill me up all of my days. Abundance is mine, joy overflowing, fill me up all of my days. Abundance is mine, joy overflowing, will fill me up all of my days. abundance is mine, with joy overflowing, will fill me up all my days.
Okay,
Very good senator.
Gordon, I think you're first up. But, you know, you gotta tell us good stuff.
Yes. Announcements and upcoming events, and I'm going to be, now this is good, right, Vernon? Okay, right here. All right, featuring jolly old St. Gordy.
Better get in the spirit.
Yeah, I'm gonna put some spirit in you, yeah, all right. Bye-bye, honey, I'll be back in a jiff. That's a peanut butter guy. Famous last words, yeah. Yeah. Okay. Should you look outside and see this, check for LCSL closing information on WHAS 11. Also go to, and there's our website. There's a lot of snow there. Okay, join us for lunch. Social Sunday today after service. Now, is that going to be just because so much good food looks like it's continuing to flow on in, or is this going to be at a local restaurant?
No, this is right there.
Okay, great. Yeah, Social Sundays. Okay, got it. Okay. It's John Berry Christmas concert time again. Join your LCSL friends for dinner and concert 6 p.m. Thursday, this Thursday, day before my birthday. Yeah. Okay. Call the number there, $35 and you're in. John Berry and dog. Okay.
And that includes dinner. They provide dinner as well.
Okay.
And some of us are going. Some of us have our tickets, including me, yeah.
Well, we may have a small meeting then from our men's group. Well, I think we're doing 6 to 7. What time is the John Berry thing?
That's up 6.
6, yeah, okay. Well, anyway, if you're a guy and you're not going there and you want to come hang out, you know, we'll be doing our thing.
Whose house is it?
That's Steve's house.
Steve's house.
Steve's house this time. Steve?
I have to get the address.
Okay, would you at least, how about just
Is this Thursday?
this Thursday? Yeah, this is the first Thursday past Halloween, right? This is Thursday.
We'll give you all the address during the lunch.
Okay.
Do you want to tell us what the address is?
It's 1701 Lynn Way.
Linway, 1701.
Lynn Way.
Okay, Linway, 1701, okay. Vision, this would be Vicki. What would you like to say about it?
So visioning happens this Saturday at 10 a.m. I will actually be facilitating a women's circle in Kiwi Valley. However, the wonderful and awesome Miss Jane Burnett, who supports the Saturday call on the women's circle, the visioning on a regular basis, she's very excited. So if you would like to participate in visioning, 10 o'clock, she will be there to facilitate the visioning process. It will be awesome. She is awesome.
All right, thank you. Thanks for helping Nehemiah. Okay, it's a 13-year-old. See some stuff up here for him. Our Christmas angel.
Yep, today's the last day.
Today.
Yeah,
Yesterday?
and we have that, I'm not sure, we have some money donated. I don't know if there are any more items other than that, but then we'll be adding to that with the money that was donated, so to get things off his Christmas list.
Okay. Okay, thank you. December 15th, guest speaker, our own Wendy Sharp, celebrating light in the darkness, an exploration of our emotional footprint. Okay. World Healing Meditation, this was like we did last year, I guess. LCSL celebrates World Healing Meditation by Telebridge, and these are the dialing numbers and so on and so forth. Okay, 712, I'm going down to the bottom, 712-432-3100, access code 809778. Don't leave here without it.
So I have no idea where that initial phone number is coming from, but it's all good. I will make sure you guys have the correct phone. It's the same Telebridge we use for everything else. So I know that we pulled that from a previous year to get this up to let you guys no, we have several weeks. So, yeah,
We'll correct that.
yeah, we will correct that. And the event itself is one of my very favorite things to do, so I'm glad to be letting you guys know early that it's happening.
All right, thank you, Victoria. Practitioner of the day, Pat Ferguson. Meet Pat up front in the power shower for a group prayer, confidential prayers by request in the shower. See any practitioner. Okay, thank you. Now we'll move on to, any questions about the announcements? Okay, no, you don't, no. Thanks, Bob, later. All right, okay, December's affirmation, together. Everyone is a child of God, everyone. We are all reflections of our source, which is magnificent in all ways, yes. Story time.
So is this the time for Thanksgiving story?
Do you want to come
Or
up
what we're
and,
grateful for?
yeah.
So I will just say that I'm awesomely grateful for a gathering that we had. We went to a restaurant for the first time this year and gathered together various and sundry folks that we knew weren't going anywhere, and it went very well. And I am also grateful for gratitude process that we have started, Vern and I together, on Thanksgiving Day. We're going to go from Thanksgiving Day to Thanksgiving Day, every day, finding something new to be grateful for, and we're using it as an affirmations process. So we're writing down everything we say for each day, each new one, and then each day we do it, we're saying all those. So by the time we get done, we will have 365 affirmations of everything that we're grateful for.
And you posted it, right?
Yeah,
on
and
Facebook.
we're using Facebook as an accountability, because people get used to, you know, if you said you're gonna do it, they go looking to see if you put your gratitude up there for the day. So, I think it's gonna be a fairly awesome experience, and anyone who would like to join in is more than welcome.
Thank you, Victoria. Other stories?
I guess my other story would be that you all asked me about selective hearing, and this morning, when you said what we were grateful for at Thanksgiving, I missed that we were going to do it now. I thought we were doing it while he was looking for the song. That's why I said something.
Oh, no, that's why I want you.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
How's your hearing, Lo?
I'm good.
Good, he's good, see, he's
I
good.
just have briefly.
Yes.
I've already told a couple people, but Steve and I went to Asheville, North Carolina a week ago, so we attended the Asheville Center of Spiritual Living. It was awesome, and their membership is unbelievable. They have at least 29 practitioners. They have a children's group that meets separately. There are musicians and singers. It was really inspiring, and I've never been to another center besides the Louisville Center, so it was neat.
Did they bake you some fresh bread?
Well, there was a lunch afterwards in memory of someone who had passed, and they were going to expect 100 people, but we left. But you could have, yes, before the service, coffee, tea, and pastries, but I didn't walk in there.
Let's see, I have a gratitude, and that's with, even if I can't always change my behavior, it seems that I'm getting more altitude on my attitude, you might say. Okay, so this particular one was something I really should have known better, but it came to me this morning in journaling, and I think it's meant to be part of a shared thing. And it was, you can't teach a person anything. All you can do is express how you feel and think and what you want. And that's it. And that has to be the teaching. If that's not, then you just move on, you know, but and I don't know exactly how that fits in. Maybe that's for a discussion at some other time. Does that mean there are no practitioners, no teachers? Or is I'm just getting hung up on the word teach? You know, like in a public school setting would be the background, I guess. Well, anyway, it raises some questions for me. And I think, I remember when I was a kid, I heard somewhere that little saying, what you, let's see, how you are speaks so much louder than what you say. You remember that one? I thought.
Emerson said, I cannot hear you for your bloated nothingness stands in the way.
talking should I take that one personally? Well, I think that's call for a sit down. At that point. I gotcha. Yeah, I got it. Thank you. Okay, any other? What other stories do you have? Or ahas or anything you'd like to share?
About your pups.
Oh, you're going to share about my pups. You can go ahead and do that.
What about your pups?
Let's see, they're doing pretty good. They've learned how, I mean, this guy's just amazed me. Margot was gone to visit her side of the family in Denver for a couple of weeks. And so about a day or two before that, I said, okay, now we're going to get everything all cleaned up, including you guys. I'm going to give you a bath, And they're used to the way Margot does it. Not the way I would do it anyway. But what I thought was awesome was that every time I would let them out to run around the yard and go potty and like that, I'd say, now remember, stay out of the mud and, don't run, don't chase, have a good time. Right. But they would come back clean as a whistle, not even wet. And it wasn't because I was doing it any faster than normal. So I thought that was pretty amazing. So what I came away with was I think that they understood all that. And I thought I was just kind of saying it for my own goodwill, Okay, that's enough stories for now then, I think. Oh, Pat? Yes. You have a reading. Okay.
Yeah, no story.
I'm going to light the God candle while I'm up here.
You light the candle to remind us that we are one with God. And we ring the bell if we have a ringer.
Leave your hand at work.
So, well, anyway, consider the bowl wrong. So, all right, today, I'm reading from the August 1992 issue, 27 years ago, of Science of Mind magazine. And I just picked this up last night as I was preparing to find something, and I just opened it up to this page, and the title is called I Am Enough. And last year, when several of us went to the regional retreat in Portsmouth, Ohio, at one of the general sessions with everybody, we were asked to take a piece of paper and write one word that summed up who we were. And I immediately said, enough. It didn't seem like the other words that were joyful or grateful or anything, but it came to me so quickly, and I fought putting it down on the paper because I don't always think that. But that word popped into my head just like this. So I put it down, and I've seen so many things since then to remind me that I am enough. From Psalms 34:10, those who seek the Lord shall lack in nothing good. And from Science of Mind, page 398, we should grow into the understanding that Spirit responds to us and becomes more conscious of its presence within us. In the philosophy called Science of Mind, we are taught that God is all there is and that God is whole, perfect, and complete. If this be true, it must follow that we, as God creations made of the substance and essence of God, must also be whole, perfect, and complete. How could God create anything unlike its own nature? Intellectually, this may work well, but there must be a piece missing for some people because so many seem to labor under the notion that they are not good enough. No matter what they do, they are never satisfied with their efforts. The truth is that we are enough, and moreover, we need not do anything special to be enough. We are part of God's self-existent being, and that is enough.
What may sometimes occur is that we do not really know what our infinite stature is. Then we may confuse our efforts with what we are. If our efforts are not on the ball, we think that we're not on the ball. Let us not suffer this ignorance any longer, but rather forgive ourselves for past ignorances and get on with real creative living. Life awaits only our saying yes to its perfect action. Think about that. Life awaits only our saying yes. Infinite love and infinite responsiveness is God in action. I am lifted into a new consciousness as God acts through me. I am secure in my divinity, aware of my oneness with God, at home in the creative atmosphere of my inner self. I know that all forms come from the Infinite One, which knows how to complete every detail. I am at peace within, and I send forth an aura of serenity. I am enough. I am enough. I am enough. And I give thanks for my life every day. And you are enough. You are enough. You are enough. Right now, this minute. And so it is.
Praise God.
Very nice. It's funny when he plays something like that, you know, I want him to know how much we appreciate it, but then I don't want to break the spell. So I don't want to applaud. I just want to sit in that place he's taken us to. And that's a really good thing. During the month of December, the theme that I started out with was the joys of Christmas. And then I got to thinking about that and what those joys were and all that. And Petra Weldis at the Dallas Church starts every month of December with the telling of the Grinch who stole Christmas. And she does it every year. And I've done a lot of storybooks as well. And I thought about the joys of Christmas in the storytelling, in the awareness, in the acceptance, and in the expansion of our oneness and our understanding of that. So during this month, we're going to start each of my talks with a children's book. And then we will talk about how that children's book represents spiritual principles to us, or can. Okay? All right, so boys and girls, get your pillow, pull it in tight, and get ready to listen to a story. This is But No Elephants by Jerry Smith. Oh, that was fun. That can't be right. All right. I was looking to see if it's on the first page of the talk. I left the changer over there. I can get it in, or I can just ask you. Okay. How about that? All right. Yeah, go ahead and put, yeah, there you go. So, Grandma Tildy lived all alone. She worked hard every day. She had no time to play. One day a man came to her house. He was selling pets. "Would you like to buy a canary bird?" asked the man. "Very well," said Grandma Tildy. "But no elephants." Grandma Tildy was cooking stew. The bird wanted to help, so he sang a song for her. It made Grandma Tildy happy. That night they sat down to eat the stew together, and it tasted better than ever before. The next day, the pet man came again. "Would you like to buy a beaver?" he asked. "Well, very well, but no elephants." Okay. The beaver wanted to help, so he cut the wood with his sharp teeth to feed their fires at night. And that night they sat in front of a warm fire. Grandma Tildy went shopping. She met the pet man again. "Would you like to buy a turtle?" he asked. "Very well," she said, "but no elephants." Okay. Grandma Tildy was tired. The turtle wanted to help, so he carried her home on his back. That night, Grandma Tildy washed the turtle and put him to bed. The next day it rained hard, and the roof started to leak. Then someone knocked on the door. It was you-know-who. "Would you like to buy a woodpecker?" the pet man asked. "Very well," Grandma Tildy said, "but no elephants." The woodpecker wanted to help, so he nailed the roof down tight, and the dripping stopped. That night, they all danced together in the warm, dry house. The days got colder and colder, and Grandma Tildy put food in jars for the winter. "I don't like the cold," she said. Just then, the pet man appeared. "Would you like to buy an elephant?" he asked. "He's the only animal left, and I must leave before it snows." "No, no elephants!" she shouted. She went back to work, and the pet man left. But the elephant stayed. It started to snow, and it kept on snowing. And the elephant stands outside the cabin looking in, and it becomes more and more covered with snow, because it just kept on snowing and snowing. "No elephants," Grandma Tildy said, but the elephant would not go. They sat in the warm cabin eating, and they realized they could not see the elephant now, but they could hear him crying, and they felt sad. "Very well," called Grandma Tildy. "You may come in." The elephant was as happy as could be, but the elephant had a problem. He could not get through the door. So they all helped to push him inside, and there he was, taking up half the cabin. "Oh dear," said Grandma Tildy. "I hope the floor is strong. This is a very old house." Outside, the snow kept falling, but inside the house it was cozy and warm. Everyone hoped winter would go away and spring would come soon. That night there was a terrible crash. The elephant had fallen through the floor. "Oh, we cannot fix this," said Grandma. "You will just have to stay there." The winter was long, and soon the firewood was gone, and the elephant was always hungry. He kept eating and eating and eating until all the food was gone. "We cannot leave or we will freeze," said Grandma Tildy. "We cannot stay or we will starve. What are we to do?" The elephant felt sorry. Then he thought of a way to help. He stood up and he started to walk. And he's got the house all over him, and as he walks, he takes all of them in the house with him. And he walks for a very, very long way. He's come from snow, and it gets less snow and less snow, until finally, after all that walking, they were in a warm, sunny place. They all liked it a lot. And so they decided to stay. And here is, switch it, Vernon. This is how they ended up in the sunny, warm place. Does it remind you of our winter birds that fly south for the winter? And now she's welcoming all the elephants around to come in, and they've created this wonderful place to be for all of them. All right, so when you hear that story, what does it, if you think of it as a teacher, what might it teach you about spiritual principles?
What might it teach you about what?
The book, what? Principles. Yes, I'm sorry.
That everyone has something to share and to help
Mm-hmm.
and to aid.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Yes. All right. What else, Gordon?
It seemed to me that Grandma was a little stuck because whether snow provides a lot of opportunities for a party too. So there could be some more creative approaches other than just a flee, which we're lucky we had the elephants and could flee. It seemed to be the answer to the problem.
Okay. All right.
Trust the process because it's not over until it's over.
That's a good one. Yep. That too.
People tend to have one idea, and that one idea is supposed to carry them through the whole.
That's one concept I would not have thought of. Oh, is that it? Okay. All right. I'll wait until I get a little older then. I am a believer in images teach, and they stick with us. And so when you look at this story, Grandma Tildy never said no. She said yes to everything except the elephant. And once they came a part of the family, she received from them. They gave comfort, they gave help with chopping wood and all those other things. So in the story, for me, one of the first things that sticks out is that she says yes to life. I went to a workshop years ago, and that was what they asked us. Are you saying no to life or yes to life? And I hadn't thought of it in a while until I was reflecting on this book and getting ready for today. And say yes to life. Corporations, teach salespeople, say yes but, yes and, yes. So you say yes to life. But in the spiritual life, when we say yes to life, we're inviting it into our being and to express through us and as us. And so that saying yes to life, there's actually a book, I can't remember the author right now about it, but saying yes to life is whenever anything comes to you, you just say yes. When the roof was leaking, she wasn't complaining. She was just holding pots and catching water and wondering what she might do. And then here comes this woodpecker, and she says yes to the pet man, and it fixes her roof. Never would have expected that. Never would have expected the turtle to give her a ride home, or the canary, or the beaver, or any of them, and then least of all, the elephant. It had the most impact. It moved them all the way from this place to that place. But no one, she just didn't want an elephant. Why she didn't want an elephant, I don't know. But when she finally said yes, then things slowly took a turn, and she ended up in what was her definition of a wonderful place to live. She'd had enough of snow. She wanted the sun. It really does remind me of the people who go to Florida, either to go down there during the winter months or to go down there for, move permanently there. They want to leave the snow behind, and so they move to Florida. So I think Grandma Tilly moved to Florida and took them all with her. So saying yes to life. And what keeps us from experiencing life to the fullest? There's a story that is a true story. I'm sure I don't know what they've done. But anyway, it is a true story. A woman's dog, and the first thing in the morning, one morning, ran out to do what dogs do early in the morning. And he started sniffing, and he ran right to this bush, and there was an entire pie. The lady had no idea where that pie came from, and there was barely time to see that it was a pie before the dog had eaten it. He was just so happy it was his little gift. From then on in, every morning, the first place he went was to the magic pie bush, because he just knew that he found a pie there once. He was bound to find another pie there now. And so, in reflection on that, how easily we can learn something and go back to it over and over and over again. And when we do that, that's when we're saying, no, I already have my way of doing that. I already have my place where I'm set. So that's, are we looking for our magic pie bush? And when we find it and the pies don't show up anymore, do we ever get the idea, maybe this really isn't a sure thing? Maybe this really does call for rethinking this and moving on to a different way of being. I love that, I have a dog, Tracy has two, and Gordon's got two, and we talk about them a lot. And how would they love us without question, and they will do whatever we ask them to do, except learn certain things. And you really can see that once they have found something that they like, usually food, and that they will go back to that spot and go back to that spot and go back to that spot. Now, if you're trying to get him to stop barking, early in the morning, he never barks. Well, he does bark in the house, but not indiscriminately. Never mind, it's more than you need to know. But it's always that willingness to be and to be. He will do things in the short term with a positive result, like the pie, but on things that you don't want him to do and you're telling him no and all that, you'd think he couldn't learn a thing. He just, so why is that? Why is that one pie taught the dog, but we have our own pie bushes, you know. Why is it that it has been so resonant with us that we've held on to it, even when we have seen evidence that it wasn't true? Why does a dog get trained once when one thing happens, but when it's something that they don't particularly want to do, then it takes forever and a day? It's like a teenager, you know, has limited hearing, you know, very poor communication skills and all of that. It's having set up expectations and then living to them even when they show that they are not for our benefit. So that's another one. And when we talk about can it be blocked, we're talking about this believing that it has to be a certain way, believing that it has to follow certain guidelines. You know, we did the 3 corn ritual last week because we do it every year, and even though I think you shouldn't repeat it, it's special to me. And so we do it again. And it holds magic for me. It holds perspective. And so I really look forward to that. And now, it has the importance I have placed on it. We know that. But we do put our power behind things all the time. We align ourselves with what somebody else has told us, that you're not enough, and we align ourselves and live that way. Or we begin to really get it that we are enough, that we are perfect just the way we are. So, so the only block that you can have is resistance, is saying, I don't see that as being able to do that because I'm used to this, that sort of thing. Or it's too much, it's too big. And with fulfilling our dreams, we do that a lot. All right. In reading the story and talking about it, what stands out for me is different than what stands out for you. But, you know, just to think about the book and the story that it told, and what did stand out for you. For me, the saying yes to life stood out because it was something I'd had in my life and I wanted more of it in my life, that sort of thing. But it may be something else for you. And so we're going to do our meditation time and have an opportunity to reflect on Grandma Tildy and see what we get from her, see what she tells us. Okay? All right. So all of y'all have been in meditations before, and so you know that the aim is to relax into them, to relax our mind, our body, let it settle. And be right here, right now, not thinking about what has been or what will be. But right here, right now, with the openness that is available. And as you breathe, you get an image, a beautiful image of peace and serenity. And you breathe. And whatever question or comment or subject, we just put it out into that open, wonderful space. And see what comes back to us. as we sit with this incredible music, letting the rhythm and the peace flow through us, surround us, and know that it supports us. With grateful hearts, with the wonders of appreciation and the acknowledgement that we are enough. And together, and so it is. Do we have a meditation song? Are we not going to do that? Okay, no. Okay. All right. Prosperity?
If you'd like to use a credit card for donation, we have a square machine on the back table. And also, if you're online and would like to go to our website, www.lcslonline.org, you can make a donation there. And for all of you here, we're so appreciative, and for those who are watching us on Facebook. So join me in our prosperity affirmation. During these happy holidays, I radiate the energy of abundance and generosity.
Uplifts me and all those I come in contact with. Yes.
Thank you. And so we bless our offerings and our tithes, knowing that as we bless and give with joy, we receive with blessings and joy. And so it is.
I can take that. I can take it.
If I turn around. Okay. Okay. We take this moment to use the tools that we have to express who we are and to release into the world more love. And so, there is only one life, one body, one joy, one wisdom, one power, one creativity, one. It is all one. And so we are part of that because we are part of the one. And so that gives us, that knowledge gives us the opportunity to talk to Spirit and tell it our choices. And so in this moment, we focus on the area of health, whether it be a short-term accident that's happened or a long chronic dysfunction in the body. We take the moment right here to know the truth. There is only one, and it is perfect health. And so we hold ourselves and each other in that knowledge of perfect health. That means healing of bones for some, for release from chronic illnesses or pain. That power we speak brings the truth to our experience as health. And so, with joyful, thankful hearts, we know that it is done and that it is done. So, by the words that have been spoken, and together, and so it is. Okay? Okay. All right. Yeah, that's what I thought. And then I looked over at Lo, and he looked over at me, and I thought, well, I thought that's what we did. Oh, gosh.